This is a scam, and I guess you are here for two reasons: to get proof it is actually a scam, and to find out what to do if you already fell for it. I've worked at a cybersecurity website for over a decade and have encountered many such scams throughout the years, so I know exactly how they function. One good thing is that when I point out the red flags, you'll be able to spot these scams in literally 5 minutes, because they all do the same things. But before we get into that, let me tell you outright that this really is a scam, and victims report their account credentials were stolen. I absolutely fully recommend downloading Spy Hunter from the link in the description and running a scan on your PC. Scam websites can infect you with malware. Spy Hunter provides a 7-day free trial, so you're not really losing anything, and if you do decide to buy it, the second link in the description has a 15% pre-applied coupon. So let's get into it. You can easily spot it's a scam by a few things related to the website. The first red flag is when you see the site claim it's been around for a long time. Go to who.is, that's a place you can check the date a site was registered on the internet. It was registered a few days ago, but the site says it's been around for years. When you see something like this, you know you are dealing with a scam. The scammers just want to build an image of legitimacy, so they say they've been working for years. The second big tell is in the company name in the website's footer. Every reputable company has its name somewhere, either directly in the footer or somewhere on the privacy policy or About Us page. When you find that name, just Google it. Real regulated companies will show up multiple times in Google. The names on scam sites don't show up at all, because it's not a real company. There's other proof as well, like for example the design of the website is literally copied across many domains with the same logo, but you can't realistically find the other domains when you encounter one of them. What you can do is search for the name of the site, adding the word scam at the end, and see the pages warning you before you go to whatever site's being promoted. Okay, so in the back half of this video, I want to talk about what you should do to protect yourself, especially if you already interacted with this site. I've worked in security for over a decade, and I am telling you, run a security program to make sure your computer isn't infected with malware. I already said there are links to Spy Hunter in the description. I recommend those because I know they are safe. First off, we've had reports that victims of this scam had their credentials stolen. I recommend Spy Hunter to protect your PC in case it was exposed to malware. I'm leaving a link in the description. The program itself has a free trial if you're interested. At the very least, you should run a scan once to see if you are fine. Next, make sure to disconnect your wallet from the site. Don't give the scammers any more access than they already have. Also go to revoke.cash or a similar tool and remove any token permissions you granted to the fake site. Third, move any remaining assets to a new wallet that hasn't been exposed. That's because there's always a chance the scammers still maintain access to your compromised wallet. You should also check your banking account to see if there have been any money transfers you didn't approve. If you see anything like this, contact your bank immediately to freeze your cards. Next, the scammers now have the email and the password you used on the fake site. If you use that password anywhere else, it's time to change it. In fact, there is an easy way to make any of your passwords completely unique for every site. A friend of mine told me something that's worked great for me. Just use whatever site's name you're visiting with pass and interchange some of the letters with numbers and the occasional special sign. Let's use Netflix as an example, and you can come up with these. Last but certainly not least, avoid anyone offering to recover your lost funds for a fee. That's almost always just another scam, layered on top of the first one. On a related note, be wary of videos on TikTok, YouTube, or other socials, claiming that this site isn't really a scam. Such videos can seem convincing at first, but a quick look through the author's profile reveals that there's something fishy. That's because these videos are just a second layer of social engineering used by the same scammers to rope in users like you, who may be questioning the legitimacy of their fraudulent platforms. If you used all I showed you here, you should be completely fine from now on. Good luck.